All right, ladies and gents, welcome to the next episode of Play Like a Pro. Welcome, welcome, welcome. This is going to be aBeZy. And the reason why I want to do aBeZy is, as you guys have seen, there is a new SMG meta. We're looking at the MPC replacing the Dravik in Pro Play. The MPC is what I would consider to be a shotgun type of weapon, which is a weapon that obliterates you up close. And it kind of drops off mid to long range as it should, as an SMG should. And I'm interested to see how a long-term SMG player like aBeZy plays with more of a natural fit weapon for him. So I want you guys watching to make a note of the gunfights he's taking, the positions he's playing, more of the micro stuff when it comes to aBeZy, the way that he cameras, the way that he takes fights, even just the way he prepares his fights before he gets into them, especially with an SMG. You'll start to see the difference with the NPC between players who are more the better SMG players with this weapon. It's more, obviously, it is positional in that sense, so we'll see that, whereas the Dravik was a weapon that builds you out in a lot of situations. So without further ado, let's get into it. Let me just make sure I've got my pen. So for you guys, aBeZy is going to be number 3. We're going to use both what we can see in front of us, what we can see on the minimap, and we're going to try and give you guys concepts that you can steal and apply yourself to ranked. That the hundreds and hundreds of hours he's putting in, he just knows the next best position you need to play in order to increase that chance. Gets the second guy, takes the chal on the third. This gun is incredible. Kills Dashi with an AR and ends up picking the time. It stemmed from him. This is the difference in pacing that I need you guys to understand in ranked. It started off with him playing a lot more reserved. His kill feed was telling him what he needed to do. So let's go back and do it one more time. He comes off spawn. He understands what his job is in the moment. He understands his flow. When he understands what his job is in the moment, he can position himself based on what lanes he needs to pick up. He has an SMG. If Paco's picking up the left, he's picking up the right. He's predicting where number 6 is potentially going to be. Clears his timings here. He's ironing, fighting for number 6, and then once he kills him, he understands, hey, my teammate has just died. There's a potential chance they could be pushing through. Paco's called out he's weak, and now the way he jump chals, he slides, he jump chals around the corner to take a short range fight against an AR that's potentially ironing him. Nukes Mercules, and then nukes Dashi. And that's all from a sequence of play and being able to balance your pacing as an SMG. The biggest thing I want you to take away for you SMG players is the fact that you can't continuously play at one gear. You can't just go, run. You need to be able to understand how to position yourself and how to pace yourself, how fast you step on the gas in an individual play based on what's happening on the entire map. So that was really good from him. Right, number 3, on the time, not doing anything except soaking. He's got them ironed. This even things like this. I love stuff like this. Look at how he's positioned against Mercules. So he has an SMG. I imagine he's not picked up an AR in this position. This is his job. His job here is to watch mid-cut, right? As a pro player, the reason why pro players are so good is they have a huge library of actions that they can do based on the information that they have. This is what we call experience. This is what we call pattern recognition. This is what we call intuition, right? He has this entire checklist in his head. If his job is to get mid-cut and he doesn't have the weapon for the job, if he full swings and he takes a wide swing with an SMG, not only is he taking a low percentage fight because the lanes and the distance is against the SMG, but he's potentially in a position where he could be taking 1v2s or 1v3s. Look at how he's positioned him. He knows what his job is. He knows what the weapon he has is. He's been in this situation 1,000 times. So you just have to say, if X happens, I will do Y. This is a form of scripting, and this is why pro players are so good. Look at then how he predicts ahead of what potentially number 7 could be doing. He's laid down in order to not take full wide swing chals on Mercules, tries to make him overextend and gives him a chance to at least win the fight. If he doesn't do this and he wide swings and he's like up here, what I see you guys in ranked, he's up here and he's trying to take the fight, he's going to lose it. It's percentages. At the end of the day, COD is about percentages. everybody can shoot straight, everybody can aim to a certain extent, right? Obviously at the highest level, everyone can. Then it's little things like that, what we call tendencies, that allow him to at least get this kill. And he makes Mercules overextend. Now, if he had an assault rifle, then potentially, yes, he may end up wide swinging to get that information early, but he may not commit. That's a whole thing you can go down into and learn, but that gives you an idea of like how he's playing it. Very, very good from him. So right here, of course, you're not expecting him to take the fight. LAT do a really good job of holding this P1. Let's see what he does off spawn here. He spawns up here. Your spawn tells you something. 36 seconds left. Look at your minimap. Look at what information you have available, where your teammates are, where enemies are potentially be. Look at LAT going together. Really, really good nade from aBeZy here to open up the break. And that's one thing I need to see you guys do more, is use your utility to help you with the break. When you're breaking a hill, you are at a disadvantage. This early on in the game where people don't have trophies, you need to be able to use your utility to make the break easy. I like the fact that LAT grouped up, they went together, and then they forced out the trade. Right, aBeZy's got the scrap time, currently 6 and 5. We're going on to a P3, so I'm curious to see how he plays this situation here. He's with a teammate. He's going to child the right again. He still has an SMG. Oh, he had an AR in this situation, trying to break the hill. All good. Let's see what he does here. 50 seconds left going into this P3. First break. He's the third guy in the flow. I expect him to be with number 4 and 2. Right, now we have our trigger event. Our trigger event is a +2. We see that in the kill feed. We have numbers. 3v2, 4v2. What do we need to do, guys? We need to ape. This is what I'm saying. When Pro COD is essentially pattern recognition and running a script, you'll get a lot of the same pieces of information over and over and over and over again. Once you have the awareness and you download the right pieces of information, whether it's your game plan, whether it's from your kill feed, whether it's from predictive modeling of your minimap, whenever you get certain pieces of information, which are called trigger events, you then download the certain pieces of information and you do and execute an action. So right here, they're +2. I will fully expect them to start aping out and start taking childs together. Right, let's see what he's doing here. Third guy in the flow, running forward. They're just trying to take fights. Good try, good effort. So you see it right there. They got the numbers and they started to ape out. It doesn't work in this situation, but you get the idea of what he's trying to do. Okay, let's see what he does here. Second guy in the flow. Picking up outer, still has an SMG. So in his head, when he comes off spawn, understand what your job is. When you understand what your job is, then you can think about what enemies are going to be. As you're clearing common spots, as you're clearing hot spots, as you're clearing power positions and you're trying to follow your game plan, you can then position yourself with the weapon you have to give yourself the best chance. So look at him with his SMG, clearing the common spots. He knows Optic are going to have map control, so he has to spend or take less risk in order to clear things, and he's trying to clear the common spots. Use your utility, use your teammates, do it together. So let's see what aBeZy does here. Takes his time in. So their game plans, first guy get outer, everyone else can go inner. So he's the first guy in the flow. That's part of your GP. That's your game plan. Follow your game plan. That's his flow. So he's the first guy going outer, and he's taking fights based on his SMG that he can take. Look at him still outer, baiting, gets that 1 kill against Shotzi, stays alive, waits for Neum to help him, and now he's working with Neum. Now, I'm curious to see what he does here. He's going to call out Dashi is weak. He has an SMG. I'm expecting him to bump forward and take the challenge Dashi, but we'll see what he does here. Yes, he is. He's bumping forward. He's trying to take the challenge Dashi. He has himself pre-aimed. I was expecting him to play a bit more aggressive, but is what it is. He's probably expecting Dashi to push. Oh, he was probably expecting more than one person there. That's why he played it like that. Right, 6 seconds left. We're going into a P4. Look at him. Your macro determines your micro. Your game plans determine how you do it. Look at LAT holding hands. Their teamwork has been fantastic during this event. And look at the way he's challenging, guys. Look, you are an SMG. For you guys in ranked, I need you to have that shotgun mindset. Is whenever you think or know where people are based on either Paco's information, based on where you think people are, based on where people are spawning, based on where timings are based on the spawns, you need to be able to think in your head, where could they be? How can I reduce the distance between myself and him? Look at how he plays it here. He's with Neum. They're together, right? Look at him jumping across, baiting for Neum. They do a really good job here. Look at the way he chals this. Gets him weak. gets him weak. He's full health. He knows he can just run it down because the guy is weak. And look at the pace that he's playing at. Guys, you get to these situations and I see you guys just sitting still doing nothing. This guy, you've got 2 bullets into him. He is weak. You have the percentage chance to kill him. The way you do that is your first bullet and your health. Don't be afraid to trade your health to kill him. You are already in the advantage. You already have the weapon you need. You know he's weak. Instantly, if this happens, I'm going to do this. You know he's weak. You run at him. Look at the way aBeZy takes the fight after he gets him weak. He's jumping. Look at his centering here. And look at him snapping onto the enemy. You don't need to, as an SMG, you don't need to get him weak and just pre-aim him. No, you don't need to pre-aim him. You already have him weak. Therefore, play aggressive and don't be afraid to trade your health to kill him. Even if Mercules gets that first bullet onto you. Even if he does. Especially when your game plan is to try and get spawns for P4, right? Play confident. Don't be afraid to die, especially when you dictate the fight. Your health allows you to dictate the fight. Right here, your full health versus someone that's weak. Play aggressive to get the kill. Don't be afraid. The last thing I want to see from you Diamond and Crimson players is you get him weak here. So like in this situation, you get him weak and you're pre-aiming. Because you're scared to use your movement to set up the fight. Look at the way aBeZy is looking, using his movement to set up the fight. Quick one. Just stay with me for 60 seconds. I'm going to tell you something about your own aim that is going to change the way that you shoot forever. Your aim is bad. I'm not trying to insult you. It is the truth. It's not your settings. It's not your controllers. It's not your internet. It's not your dead zone. You've changed your sensitivity about 50 times in the past 5 years. It's never going to fix it. Because the problem is not in your hands, it's in your eyes. When you say you need to train your aim, what are you actually training? Because most players, for you guys that are watching, you've never really thought about it. You load in, bot lobby, you just shoot. Aiming is not one skill. It is 4 completely different skills. Flicking, tracking, micro correction, target switching. Each one uses a different part of your brain. Each one needs a specific drill. Each one needs to be trained properly. What you are doing is the equivalent of going to the gym and you're just lifting random things. My pro players, my CDL champions have trained the same way as athletes that train their sport. One skill, one drill, one sequence at a time. That's why their aim is consistent and yours isn't. They're not more talented than you. They're more structured than you. So I give you that structure. 4 skills in the right order, the right amount. This is the whole point of my aim and moving masterclass for you to download. Inside, you'll get an aiming and movement video, a neuroscience of aiming guide, 30-day training calendar, champions daily practice planner, optimal CDL settings cheat sheet, and a before and after self-assessment. You download it once, lifetime access. Do this 20 minutes a day for 30 days. I will guarantee your aim will improve. Not just your aim, but how you aim and how you look at aiming. Check out dreal.co.uk. and click this big gold button right here to get yourself on the course page, or check out the link in the description if you want it. Right, back to the video. Get him weak here. He's weak. He is one shot. Neem's probably hit him too. So when you know where he is, you know what options he has in your head. You have to just be prepared. Trade your health. Use your movement to set up the fight. This is the setup. Don't use your movement in the middle of a fight. Use your omni movement to set up the fight in order to trade your health and give you the highest chance of killing this guy. It's as simple as that. And I see you guys in Diamond and Crimson doing this all the time. You're just scared to die. You're scared to die. Yeah, it doesn't work out here, but at least he's got the kill. And it works in other situations as well. All right, let's see what he does. Number 3 off spawn. This is their game plan. He's playing to try and trade a teammate. Ends up dying, is what it is. 40 seconds left. Their win condition is to break this hill. They've all spawned front, so they're going to just 4-man hit it. They're going to wait for each other to try and get the first kill. They're going to trade out. Look at Paco and aBeZy playing together. The Tiny Terrors. The new Tiny Terrors are together. Number 3 taking a route, trying to repinch this. He gets one. He's probably not going to get the second one. All good. I think he should have... I mean, it's in hindsight, difficult situation right there. All right, let's see what he does off spawn. Okay, look at him. YouTube, everyone, ranked. Look at what he's doing. He's the first guy in the flow. He's picking up the hardest lane in relation to the new hill. He's trying to keep the game controlled. Your job when you are the first guy in flow is to pick up the hardest lane for the next hill in order to prevent anyone from getting through. You keep them on a side. Then you pick the next best position to play. That's what he was doing. He didn't really... he was unfortunate in that situation, but you get the idea of what he's trying to do. Right, 40 seconds left. He is the last guy in the flow, so he's just going to keep the game controlled. They're sticking to their game plans. He's the last guy. Guys, I need you to understand this. Oh my god, I need you guys to really understand this. And it does my head in, especially for you Diamond players and you Crimson players. Just because he has an SMG, it's all about doing your job in the moment. So he has two options. He can definitely pull out an AR if he wants. As the last guy in flow. He's the last guy in flow, right? Now, he doesn't need to pull out an AR in this situation. You already have somebody top. But look at him keeping the game controlled. He's picking up the pinch if needed in case someone does a weird route. You never know. But he's keeping the game controlled even with an SMG. And then when you get information and you get specific information and you know where the pressure's coming from, with the weapon you have, you can shift across when needed. Look at what he does here. Keeping the game controlled. Number two's bumped out. Number one's bumped out. So this is their game plan, meaning this is their step two every single time. You know what their step two is going to be. And he is just doing, as an SMG player, what he needs to do in order to win. Just because you are an SMG player does not mean you always have to run it down. Your flow, your macro, and your flow will determine your job. This is his job. Once you know what your job is, you can position yourself based on where you think fights are gonna happen. This is his job. He's doing nothing, but he's doing everything by keeping Optic on this side of the... If they end up dying, on that side of the map. Look at how they're playing. Now, once they start making kills, once they start dying, then number three, or once they want to start flipping, which is too early to flip, they will keep them on that side. Then he will shift across and play to control it. So look at him now. Now he'll get across. Why? Because kills are being made. And now he's in a position to trade. Not only was he keeping the game controlled for their win condition, he then understood based on certain trigger events, based on where the kills were going down, and based on where he could trade and his number in the flow, what he needed to do next. Now this situation has changed. Now the kill feed tells you what to do. It tells you what to do. Now he knows what his job is to trade. And look at him refilling a position to try and get the first kill. Or try and get a kill. So he's gone from doing a very passive job to now a very in-your-face job. And this is the key for SMG players, is understanding pacing. This is one form of pacing right here. You guys just don't do it. But look at him, how he's playing it with his SMG. He's not banging out because he's trying to use his utility to clear common spots and power positions. But look at how he's doing it. I mean, they end up dying. But the fact that he's waiting and he's using his utility because he feels like they have no kills, he's just going to die and he's going to be a sacrificial lamb. But then right here he says, all right, I'm just going in. And then LAT just try and trade out here. Are you still hard stuck? You've been grinding, ranked, you're still platinum, you're still diamond, you're still crimson. You're bad at the game. You're bad because you've never been taught how the top 0.1% of players actually think. Players like you spend hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of hours practicing the wrong things. You build bad habits. And you know what the worst part is? You don't even know what that is. You don't know what you don't know. So nothing improves no matter how many games you put in, no matter how many YouTubers you watch. I'm D-Real. I'm the 2023 World Champion. I have distilled 15 years of competitive experience and knowledge into a course that gives you the exact same system, the mindset and the mechanics that built world champions. Learning from players like Crimsix, HyDra, Sib, Neptune. Not tips, not tricks. You're going to get pro level strategy, movement, aim drills, positioning, and a mindset with all of these. All instantly downloadable for you. You stop losing gunfights you know you should win. You start climbing the ladders. Join the hundreds of people who have already downloaded this course and have already seen instant improvements. Go to dreal.co.uk, click this here, or go to the courses, download tonight, play differently tomorrow. This is where your improvement actually starts. You'll spend more money on a controller or a gaming chair, but you won't spend any money to help you learn instantly. You decide. Okay, let's see what they do here. Your spawn tells you something, where the furthest pushed out pressure is going to be. 3 and 2 doing stuff. Well, I thought they were going to do stuff together. All right, 56 seconds left. First wave. They know they're going to spawn towards the back. Potentially not anymore because they're going to flip. There we go. He flips out. Nice. All right, let's see what aBeZy does here. Again, look at the position. Look at what he needs to do. This is his job. Second guy in flow, right? This is his job. First guy's gone round. He's then going to either help him either side, so he's in tradable positions. But look at the way he's going to take his fights based on the weapon he has. Based on where I think you're going to be, I am trying to take fights to either camera you or reduce the distance between myself and you. Keep it stupid simple. I promise you, it's all about doing the same shit that works fast. So he gets the first kill here. Ernie does a good job getting number 1. We know number 2 is out. So if we know number 2 is out, and we know 2 people are out the play, look at him just hitting no hesitation to make him useless and repinch with number 4 and number 2. Instead of doing this, he's making the guy useless and playing with speed. This was really good from aBeZy here. Now look at the way he's taking fights. Beautiful stuff. This is what you want as an SMG right here. What aBeZy is doing. Now they're ironing. They're on the layer. Now look at number 3 pushed out on the layer. Number 4's out. Number 3's out. As long as they don't scam, they should be all right. Number 3 is going to help number 4. Nice. Look at him how he's playing. Look at how he slide cancels here. Look at the way he's playing. I need you guys to understand and utilize your slide canceling as much as you can as an SMG. Look at the way he does it. He's weak, so he knows he's weak. He does not commit to this fight. Look at him. He does not commit. He knows he's in a disadvantageous position. He knows Dashy's got an AR. And he is not trying to commit to a fight he knows he's going to lose. Why? Because his life is more important. He's not trying to take a low percentage fight because his life is more important. That's why he doesn't commit. Now, if he regens and gets back to full health, maybe you might see him square. Let's see. Let's see what they do here. Nice. Look at him. Beautiful. Look at the way he's playing. Look at him. Now he knows Dashy's dead, so he's thinking where's the next position enemies are going to be at, whether it's from a teammate's comm or whether it's from your minimap download telling you where they're potentially going to be. They have numbers, so what they have to do, guys, your macro determines your micro. Your team chow based on pressure, you take the same fights. I fully expect once number 2 gives information of where 7 is, and potentially 5 was already here, then they fight together and they don't stop fighting together. So right here, continue to take wide angles. He's slide canceling. Look at the way he slide cancels. Ends his slide just around the corner. Make sure he's trying to be ready for the fight. And you take that fight with HyDra. You're trying to steal Paco's kills here. Look at the way he's fighting. Snaps onto both of these 2. Uses his jump as well. Look how he uses his jump. I've seen this quite a bit now. Especially with this bringing the jump shot back. I never used to see a lot of players do the jump shot. But I see aBeZy do it quite a lot, especially a slide cancel into a jump. A slide cancel child jumping the other way. I've seen that quite a bit. I've seen a Neptune do it too, which is interesting. Okay, 25 seconds. Their win condition is assault. Look at how he pushes out. Look at the way he's doing it. Look at his movement. Using your slide cancel to get to the next best spot based on where you think people are going to be. In his head now, once he's made the kills, he knows exactly where they're spawning. He has a rough idea of timings. We're looking for 2 people based on the kills we've made previously. We know what map control we could potentially get. So in our head, as we're clearing things, we're thinking about where people are going to be, and we're trying to take SMG fights the entire time we're doing it. So look at how he plays it here. Look at how he's ready just in case his timings were off. He's ready clearing the right. He's ready to take SMG fights here. He's reducing the distance between where you are and where he is. As he clears his timings, then he's going to use his movement, clear your timing again, then movement. This is how the best SMG players chain their movements. It's like you clear, go, clear, go, clear, go. So look at how he clears and goes. Clears that, go. Clearing this, takes the fight, SMG fight. Look at him. He's not getting caught sprinting. As he's clearing round, he's pre-aiming while sliding. You can use your movement while pre-aiming. And then as he's doing it, same again. He's using his iron to clear where he thinks people are going to be. If this guy wasn't here, he will then slide to here and then do that. That's how you're ready. That's how you make use of your movement and you don't get caught sprinting. The biggest thing for you guys in ranked as SMG players is learning when to use your movement to get into the next spot, and how do you have these micro timings? How do you use your movement to then clear something, to then use your movement again to clear something, and again to clear something, and you continuously do that, and that's kind of like how you chain. So look at how he does it. Nice. Gets that first kill. Instantly backs off. Why? Because he's expecting someone to trade him. Why? Because if that's what he would do, go 1-for-1. He's looking for the second guy, and he's cooking a nade, running back in case he does get traded. Cooks that nade to where he thinks the next guy is going to be. Nades the guy on the right. Somehow doesn't hit him. Somehow. And then that's how he gets out. And that's the thing about being an SMG player. It's about how can you play your life. Look at him not trying to take a chow here as an SMG. He's not trying to take an AR fight. Gets out of the fight with Dash, but with Dashy. All right, let's see what they do here. First wave. Let's see how they play to break. I'm interested to see what route he takes. He's the third guy. Is he going to go mid? I expect him to go with number 1. Do a 2-2. Yep, they do a 2-2. Good trade on that side. 3-1 should be able to trade this guy. Look at how he trades it again. What do you guys notice was the same thing between this P2 versus the first P2? Is look at the route he's taking. Look at how he clears things. I'm telling you guys, pro players are creatures of habit. Once you find something that works, you want to do it over and over and over again. Pro players are just a huge collection of checklists. If this happens, if X happens, I'm going to do Y, right? If I see this, I'm going to do this. If this happens, I'm going to do this. If we're in this, I'm going to do this. This is what we call scripting. We're developing rules, and pro players are just big books of rules, right? That's what pattern recognition is. That's what intuition is. When pro players talk about the fact that they go off feeling and they go off intuition, from a scientific perspective, all it is pattern recognition. Meaning, this happens, I do this. This happens, I do this. Without realizing it, because you play so much. And the pro players, they want to do the same things that give them the highest percentage fight or chance to win that fight or to win that situation. The same thing that he's done for P3, he has done for this P3. The exact same way he's clearing it. First guy in the flow with his SMG, the same way he's taking the fight. Once you get into that habit of understanding where you need to be, you can then figure out what's the best way to play it. Me and Sib had a conversation about this last week, where you want to try, based on the situation you're in, you want to pick the next best position or take the same fight every single time, because then you can work on it. Then you can change the way how you chow this. If you chow this 100 times, you'll start to figure out what the best way to chow it. If you chow this 100 times, you'll start to realize, wait, as an SMG, maybe it's not the best for me to challenge that, right? Maybe I should then do this or this or this. And that's how you start to develop your playbook. And then if you do it for year 1, it translates over to year 2, year 3, year 4. And that's what experience is. Experience is just pattern recognition in a book. That's it. Your brain chooses what the best action is. So look at him, same thing again. Look at how he chows that fight and then gets a second. Beautiful stuff. Beautiful stuff. Same again. Look at the way he's clearing. Look at the slide that he does into a jump, into a strafe jump. I like that. I like the fact that he does that. Into another slide. And look at the way he fights. He gets in one shot. He's aping immediately. Does the same thing for their game plan. Gets outer with an SMG immediately, because it gives him the best chance. And look at the way he fights. Slide jumps again and again and again. So let's see how he plays it here. Again, now he's trying to reduce the distance between him and where his opponents are. This is beautiful. Look at him. Look at him. And now you got Paco doing it. And he gets a third. This is really good stuff from aBeZy here. And this shows you what a true SMG player is. You need to understand, when you think ahead, you plan ahead. And when you're playing in the moment, you're not trying to overthink, because you get paralysis by analysis. What you want to do is you want to build this in practice, so then when it comes to execution, you just do it immediately, right? He knows the next best position he can play based on where optic are coming from. He's thinking, because in practice he's done this a million times, what position can I play to take SMG fights in order to give myself the best percentage chance of getting a kill with my gun? Look at him. First guy in flow. Get to the next best position. That's what pro COD is. Get to the next best position and give yourself the highest chance of winning the next fight. Look how aBeZy does it. True SMG player. Reducing the distance between you and him. Think about it as though you have a shotgun, and I promise you your positioning will change. Think ahead. Think about where they could be, what they could have. When you stop thinking ahead and you stop tracking the game, where they're spawning, where the timings are, info, all these things, that's how it feels really overwhelming. So right here in his head, he knows where people are going to be. He knows how many people. He knows what space he could potentially get. This comes through practice. This comes through deliberate practice and purposeful practice and repetition. And then from that, you start to position yourself in ways like this. Completely easy. Look at him. Look at how he does it. Beautiful stuff. Now look at the fact that he's staying alive as an SMG player so Paco can get the third. Now his job will determine, or his flow will determine his job and how he positions himself in this job. So right here, I expect him to take SMG fights with Paco. Gets naded is what it is. What your job is. Your micro is how you'll do it based on the weapon you have. Look at him with an SMG trying to clear it for his teammates. I mean, Dashi does good, to be fair. Okay, 50 seconds left. Let's see what he does. He goes up top. Nope. Is he up top? I can't tell. No, he's up. He's down. No, he is up. No, he's down low. Yeah, he's up top. Okay. He went up top with his teammates in order to... Bro, what? All right. Okay, hold on. So they need to break this hill. So Ernie, the sentry turret himself, is up top, right? Look at how they play it. Look at how he plays it as an SMG. So he doesn't go bottom, and you guys can steal this for ranked. He goes top, waits for Ernie as an AR player to clear a lane for him. He apes down that lane that his ARs have. This is honestly incredible synergy from both the ARs and SMGs, and this is how it should work. When you get in linear situations like this, when you need to break a hill, you can put the right weapons before any kills are being made in the right places. Obviously, Ernie had top as an AR player because it's an AR power position. He's trying to clear the map and trying to get kills and take high percentage fights in order to open up the game for the rest of his teammates. This is one example of how you open up the map for the rest of your teammates, because now he can clear anything on the right for aBeZy to bang it down in that open lane with confidence. Look at then how he bangs it down with confidence. He somehow wall bangs him. Now we know this is completely clear. We know someone's on this side of the map. We don't know where 5 is. We know one guy's here, and we don't know where the other guy is, right? So they're taking this risk to ape it down because the AR has opened the lane for the SMG, for the SMG to be put in the best position he can, taking what? Short range fights with the weapon he has. Look at this. And because of that, he catches Mercules completely and gets a free kill. Look at the slide that he's doing to set up the fight. Now he's thinking about the next fight immediately. We've gone from AR to SMG synergy to now where's the next fight and how do I bump in my game plan? How do I follow my game plan? So he's the first guy in flow. He's trying to bump out to their side, play the next best position of where he thinks the next guy is going to be. He doesn't know where Hugh is. We just know he's in this area. So play the next best position to where you think he's going to be. And there you go. He's probably going to get this kill. Never mind. I need to stop talking. But you guys get the idea of like how he's doing it. Which was honestly, that was the fact that like somehow Optic ended up breaking it was insane to me, because LAT genuinely played that really, really good. And that's the synergy that I think some of the lower hardpoint teams don't have. Like, how do we all work together? How do we put our weapons in the right positions? And then how do we throw it away once we get killed? Right, let's see. He's doing the same thing here. 13 seconds left. They've got kills. Your kill feed tells you how fast and aggressive you can play. They should be pushing up. Abe should be pushing. Yes, we're looking for one. We don't know where he is, but number 2 spawn is going to tell you we're looking for someone around P2. They clear him. Look how fast Abe is playing. Look at him. This guy's flying. He does the same tendency. He goes one side and then strafe jumps the opposite. Look at it again. I've noticed that tendency now. He's done that a few times. He's done that quite a few times. So he'll slide cancel, he'll jump, and then he'll bunny hop the other way. He's done this multiple times now. He'll play to use his movement to camera. Once he hits the floor, he's going to hop the other way in order to like ruin your strafe and ruin your centering. That is a tendency that you guys can probably steal. I'm not going to lie. You guys could probably steal it, and you guys can make ranked super, super boring. Up to you guys. Right, second guy in flow. They're playing the wave. Now, I imagine he should bump out here. I imagine Neum is probably saying, hey, Abe, bump out. Or maybe 3 might play for 5. We'll see. What happens here? Someone should play for 5? Nope. Okay. Interesting. So they kill Dashi. They'll turn around. Now they'll play the wave from here. Now look at the position aBeZy is playing. He's playing a position to make the enemies overextend. He's watching his lane. He's in an SMG position naturally. And he's going to be able to assist either side. So let's see what happens here. Oh, nothing's going to happen because he ended up dying. All right. All right. Comes off spawn. Your flow tells you what your job is. 40 seconds left. Your win condition is to soak. Once number 1 spawns in, he should bump across. Now he's going to do the same thing. He's going to play an SMG position based on where I think I think you're going to be. And look at him making the game easy. He's doing his little slide cancel again. And look at the way he's moving. Changing positions after every kill. Really, really, honestly, really, really solid map from aBeZy there. Really, really solid. I thought that was really good. I mean, they should win this. Yeah, then he ends up rotating. He's the first guy in flow. He's cut off new. Look at the way he's playing. His pacing's good. He's ironing where he needs to. He's going to pick up Shotzzy. He should. Yeah, perfect. And there you have it, guys. That's how you watch aBeZy, an actual true SMG player, and how you can learn to play like him, especially with the NPC meta. All right, what's going on? You look at the pros who lift the trophies. You dream about seeing your name in the lights. You wish you could be good enough to make content. You wish you could be good enough to be on that stage. But nothing is changing. You're so hard stuck, and you wish you could be earning the big money in the CDL. The same mistakes, the same frustrations. And the real fear isn't losing games. You look around, seeing players that you used to beat, getting better than you, beating you. You don't know why. My name is Dirul. I am the 2023 Call of Duty World Champion. 15 years at the top level. 5 major titles. I want to work with serious players who are done guessing and want the exact system that built world champions. Champions like Priester, like HyDra, like Skies. These CDL champions don't lie. I am opening slots for me for my 8-hour world championship coaching. This is a full one-to-one built entirely around you. You get everything. Nothing is gate kept. Your habits fixed. Your strategy rebuilt from the ground up. This is transformation. Players who have done this have gone on to play for top challenger teams, some of which are in the Pro League. One player went from platinum to top 250 in 16 hours. This isn't a coincidence. That's a system with deliberate, purposeful practice. This could be you. You're going to leave being a different player and a different human. If you're serious about your improvement and you're serious about seeing your name in the lights, I'm opening up slots for me. Spaces are limited. They're limited because I put time into you. Do not wait. Do not waste another year.